For those of us who dared to step outside this afternoon, you could feel the heat. You could have felt a different type of heat if you were in a Rockingham County Circuit courtroom today as the legal hot water was turned up on Phillip Daniel Ritchie. A Rockingham County grand jury indicted 32-year-old Ritchie on one count of first-degree murder and one count of grand larceny in connection with the January 28, 2018 brutal murder of 18-year-old Cole Reinicke at a home on 4th Street in the town of Broadway, Virginia. At a preliminary hearing, prosecutors alleged that Ritchie used a hatchet to chop and bludgeon Reinicke and then stabbed him with a knife and rolled the 18-year-old's dead body up in a cloth and stuffed him in a closet. Ritchie is scheduled for a jury trial on the charges on October 16, 2018. Attached is our original report on the story with more detail.
32-year-old murder suspect Phillip Daniel Ritchie appeared in a Rockingham County courtroom earlier this afternoon for a preliminary hearing. Prosecutors allege that on January 28, 2018, Ritchie used a hatchet and a knife to murder 18-year-old Cole Reinicke at a home on 4th Street in the town of Broadway. An unshaven Ritchie sat in silence with his attorney, Shannon Kite, while investigator Harold Shiflett testified from the witness stand. Shiflett said that after Ritchie was found in an abandoned trailer on Robinson Road, he was taken into custody and read his Miranda rights and agreed to be interviewed by the investigator. Shiflett said Ritchie told him, "I hacked his fucking head." Commonwealth's attorney Marsha Garst entered photos of the alleged murder weapons into evidence. A shocked courtroom listened as the investigator described multiple wounds that Cole Reinicke had on his body from being chopped by the hatchet and stabbed with the knife. He had chop wounds across his body, including on his head and nose, a 3/4-inch linear incision on his neck, just to name a few. A medical examiner found one of the victim's teeth lodged in his esophagus. The official cause of death was sharp force injury of the head and chest. 2 women in the 4th row were crying as the investigator described the victim's various wounds. Investigator Shiflett said when police found the victim's body, he had been wrapped in a blanket and stuffed into a closet. Commonwealth's attorney Marsha Garsh described what happened to the victim as an atrocity. Ritchie is also accused of stealing the vehicle of the victim's grandmother. After a 30-minute hearing, Judge John Hart certified the murder charge and grand larceny to the grand jury, which meets on June 18th. In Harrisonburg, Theodore Whitelow for Breaking Through.